BSSS Rhythm. BSSS Rhythm. BSSS Rhythm.
BSSS रिदम द इंटरनेशनल ऑनलाइन रेडियो पर मैं हूँ मुस्कान। शो चल रहा है बातों का अड्डा और आज हमारे साथ स्टूडियो में मौजूद हैं आर्टिस्ट मैनेजर, सेलिब्रिटी आर्टिस्ट मैनेजर आदित्य साहू। आदित्य, इट्स रियली अ प्लेजर टू हैव यू amidst us in the studio.
Thank you, Muskan. Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting.
All right, so we are really excited to know about a lot of things, and so are our viewers and all the listeners who are listening to us. So the very first question, that hits my mind at this very moment is, how did this idea of, making a career in event management really, cross your mind?
This was never ever planned. This was never structured,
Right.
So I did my schooling from Bhopal, from St. Joseph's Co-ed School. So, therein, when it was about choosing the subject in 10th standard, we weren't very clear कि go with commerce as a background or study science,
Right.
And also we were exploring back then. So this idea came in as my father said कि dude, तेरे को ना engineer बनना चाहिए, and that'll be very crazy. So I was like, yeah, let's take this idea. Engineering करना है, कितना cool sound करता है, IT में नौकरी करते हैं, because उस समय कुछ पता होता था नहीं.
Right.
So I took up engineering. I was into sports and never into academics. तो वो backbencher और सब कुछ होने के बाद I ended up with very bad marks in JEE और ये सब, तो सरकारी college तो मिला नहीं.
Right.
I ended up in one of the good colleges of Bhopal, private colleges of Bhopal, and then in there, what happened exactly was I entered into that scheme of engineering wherein science, mathematics और ये सब कुछ पढ़ाया जा रहा था.
Right.
And I think पहले सेमेस्टर तो मन लगा के पढ़ा और 8 CGPA पहले सेमेस्टर स्कोर करके
So you were regular?
Very regular.
Wow.
मतलब कुछ कर दिखाना, because बाकी friends were, all of them ended up in...
Okay.
Yeah, they all ended up into good government colleges and we were discussing lifestyle over there. But here it was like कि क्या crowd है आसपास और being from a good school वो मज़ा नहीं आ पा रहा था.
Right.
So I struggled. My seniors and my HOD, they noticed कि ये कुछ अलग है, इसकी communications भी ठीक है.
Right.
ये technical आदमी तो नहीं है. Let's promote him as a non-technical background. So पहले semester के बाद काफ़ी मस्ती खोरी करने का. I believe पहले semester में ही मेरे parents को बुला लिया गया था college में कि शायद हम इसको rusticate कर देंगे अब.
Right.
But yes, that was fun. And then later what I realized was कि जब सीनियर्स ने पुश किया कि इंटर्नशिप करो, नॉन टेक्निकल वाज व्हाट आई डिसाइडेड कि आई विल चूज लेटर इन माय करियर. देन स्टार्टेड वर्किंग विद a lot of companies, startups, internships करना चालू किए. तब समझ में आया कि what is this game of digital marketing. And then I got an opportunity to directly work with Viacom 18 network, wherein we used to do activations for brands like MTV India, Colors India, VH1 India, and Comedy Central. I was enrolled as a campus ambassador. Within 3 months, I got promoted to the city head of this city, Bhopal. And then within the year, I was heading their Central India team,
Right.
So there, what I realized was... कुछ पता नहीं था. MTV बड़ा फैंसी लग रहा था कि oh my god, MTV के लिए पोस्टर्स डालना अपने सोशल मीडिया पे और ये सब करना, तो that hype was there.
Right.
तो it was always there कि अरे वाओ क्या अमेजिंग काम कर रहे हो तुम, MTV के लिए काम कर रहे हो, और बाकी बच्चे टेक्निकल कोडिंग पढ़ रहे होते थे.
Right.
So that kick was there, and one fine day I get a call from Bombay team कि Aditya, we are introducing VH1 campus और Sunburn campus और आपको ये सारे festivals को promote करना है within the city, within the colleges of the city. So we started with our own college. We did the first, one of the first gigs of Sunburn campuses of Madhya Pradesh in Bhopal, and then the journey started. And I also had a background of music somewhere. I play drums as a hobby.
Okay.
So जब वो कमर्शियल साउंड सिस्टम लाइट स्टेज के सामने एक अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली कि बस ये शो एग्जीक्यूट कर रहे हैं, तो ट्रस्ट मी, आई क्राइड देयर एंड
too overwhelmed for you,
too much overwhelming for me, and I cried all goosebumps, and I decided that particular day that dude, करना तो यही है जीवन में, अब पता नहीं क्या है आगे पीछे. Just after that, got an opportunity to do Farhan Akhtar at AIIMS Bhopal. So शुरुआती इतनी grand हो गई event management में कि मतलब
Right.
Farhan Akhtar again is one of the best and finest acts of the country,
Obviously.
and we got to do that particular gig in Bhopal and back in 2017. Then I am Indore and that there was nothing, never looking back.
Right.
मतलब मुझे रात में 8 बजे टिकट्स आ रही हैं कि कल तेरा ये शो है और मुझे ये नहीं पता है कि आर्टिस्ट कौन है.
Right.
मैं वहाँ जाके देख रहा हूँ कि अमित त्रिवेदी है, नकाश अजीज है, and I'm managing those shows. So that was the kick and
Right.
मतलब यूनिक डायरेक्शन नहीं था कभी भी लाइफ में कि करना क्या है, कैसे करना है, वो तो होता गया and I don't know, I'd say destiny.
All right, that's really interesting for all of us to know. What were the challenges, as far as event management is concerned? Because, if we look into, or rather go into the depth, we know most of the Indian families, even today, are very orthodox. And event management, to be precise, is, seen as a very unconventional type of a line of work. So, what were the challenges that you faced?
So exactly like as I said कि when after 12th standard when we were after 10th आई थी जब करियर का एक प्रेशर आता है कि
Right.
करना क्या है जीवन में,
Right.
तो मुझे किसी ने बोला when I spoke with my seniors कि एक काम कर, एक डायरी के पेज पे लिख कि तेरे को क्या क्या अपॉर्चुनिटीज हो सकती हैं,
Right.
तो इवेंट मैनेजमेंट को मैंने ना ऐसे बड़ा सा क्रॉस बना के रखा था, दिस एंटायर इंडस्ट्री एंटरटेनमेंट, क्योंकि पता ही नहीं था इस बारे में कुछ भी. एंड इनफैक्ट स्कूल में एक अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली थी जहाँ पे कुछ एनालिसिस करके दे टोल्ड कि कोर्सेज होते हैं तो तुम्हें साउंड इंजीनियरिंग करना चाहिए, बट कुछ पता ही नहीं था बिकॉज वी वर वेरी क्लूलेस. और आज भी मैं ये परेशानी देख रहा हूँ हमारे पूरे देश में, वेर इन किड्स आरंट एडुकेटेड, उन्हें ये बताया नहीं जाता है कि लाइट इंजीनियरिंग की पढ़ाई कर लोगे तो कहाँ, वेयर विल यू एंड अप, या साउंड इंजीनियरिंग एज अ करियर क्या हो सकता है, या फिर बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जो मतलब मैं तो स्पेसिफिकली अपनी इंडस्ट्री की बात करूँगा
Right.
कि किस तरीके से हो सकता है. बट अगेन कमिंग बैक टू द पॉइंट कि दैट वाज लाइक कि अब लैक ऑफ एजुकेशन, लैक ऑफ अवेयरनेस साइड से पढ़ाई तो अच्छी हो रही थी, बट दैट वाज लाइक कि इंजीनियरिंग कर ले बिकॉज खानदान में ना कोई इंजीनियर नहीं है हमारे. सो दैट वाज द एंटायर गेम कि दादाजी वांट्स यू टू बी एन इंजीनियर,
Right.
तो इंजीनियरिंग कर ले. ठीक है, मतलब आई थिंक कि नाउ इट्स ऑल कैलकुलेटेड कि अगर इंजीनियरिंग नहीं करते तो शायद इस इंडस्ट्री में भी नहीं आ पाते.
Right.
So I started working, after my second semester. I'd say third semester se I was on ground. It was
Okay.
all events, live shows, concerts and all of those things. And that was like, वहाँ से my father was a little supportive. क्योंकि क्या था कि now again कि जब पूरे परिवार में कोई आदमी कहीं से कहीं तक बिजनेस में नहीं है, everybody belongs to a service class,
Right.
industry, तो आपके लिए वो बहुत ज़्यादा चैलेंजिंग होता है. उनको यही
Absolutely.
लगता है कि यार देखो मेरे दोस्त का बेटा, उसका तो 8 लाख रुपए का पैकेज लगा,
Right.
उसका तो 25 लाख रुपए का पैकेज लगा, तुम क्या कर रहे हो? तो इट्स लाइक कि देखो मैंने खुद से अपने पैसे कमा के एक आईफोन जो मेरा सपना था वो ले लिया है,
Right.
बाकी सपने भी जी सकता हूँ, थोड़ा सा ट्रस्ट करो. थोड़े से स्केप्टिकल हुए, बट मैंने सोचा कि उनसे बात करूँगा, उन्हें समझाऊंगा यार. और हुआ ये. आज का ये समय है कि अच्छा, आई प्लेड वन मोर गेम आउट देयर. मैंने बोला कि चलो एक बार किसी बाबा से डिस्कस करके देखते हैं कि क्या होगा.
Okay.
और
Interesting.
द बाबा वाज टिप्ड कि हाँ ये करियर बहुत अमेजिंग होगा हमारे लड़के के लिए.
Right.
दैट गए और बाबा सेड द सेम थिंग एंड ही वाज इन कॉन्फिडेंस कि
Okay.
आई थिंक यस बेटा तुम्हें यही करना चाहिए.
That's really mischievous and interesting as well. Also, what do you think are the qualities, that one requires to be a successful event manager? Because as we all know, there are so many event management companies, so many event managers left, right and center. So what makes you, sustain in the industry?
I'd say there are two of the words which I believe in a lot. I
Right.
respect a lot of event managers around me in this country. My friends are doing super amazing.
Right.
And I think there are 2-3 key pointers. A is the patience that you need to hold. You need every project is a new learning for you. This is what I believe. Because this isn't कि एक सिस्टमैटिक एक तरीके से एक एल्गोरिदम के हिसाब से कोडिंग करना है और आपका प्रोग्राम रेडी हो गया, यू नो.
राइट.
दिस इज लाइक हर नेक्स्ट मोमेंट एक नया चैलेंज है, यू नो. जो दूर से दिखता है, वाओ व्हाट अ लाइफ, यू आर स्टेइंग इन ऑल ऑफ दीज क्रेजी सुपर एक्सपेंसिव होटल्स, यू आर ट्रैवलिंग इन फ्लाइट्स एंड you are, you know, you get all of those perks,
Right.
but that comes up with a cost. People cannot see ki we are sleepless for like 7 odd days.
Right.
This has been my record. Ki I was sleepless, like I haven't, like it was more than like ek ghante ka power nap was enough, you know.
Okay.
So ye challenges to execute that project and a lot of things, you know, when tiredness comes into play. And matlab generally with job you are dedicatedly working for 8, 12, 13, 14 hours, you know.
Right.
But with this particular department, you are like always active.
Right.
So, सवाल भूल गया मैं, sorry.
What are the challenges?
Yes. So, again coming back to the challenges. So
And the qualities.
And the qualities, yeah. So, as I said, patience is one of them. The other one is, you know, you need to study and research what is happening around the globe.
Right.
You know,
Need to be updated.
very updated about the market. You need to understand trends. You know, if you have a mindset of creating a trend, you are already a winner. If that isn't there, you need to at least study and be aware what are the things around in market.
Right.
Like with the artist management, if I say, I listen to every new release, you know, which is happening over Spotify or any other streaming industry, because these are the upcoming acts which we are supposed to sell later with a projection of 2 year, 1 year, you
Right.
know. We also need to calculate the performance of that particular artist. How is that particular artist performing?
Right.
You know, so we need to study those numbers and deep roots. You know, also when we talk about numbers on YouTube or Spotify streaming, we need to be very aware about the growth, the projection, how people are taking that particular artist.
Right.
Because yeah, मतलब हर एक आर्टिस्ट का एक स्टेज है. You know, if I say कि मैं एक ऐसे आर्टिस्ट को प्रमोट करूं जो भगवान के गाने गाता है in a college festival, that is not working for me. So I need to understand what the kids want to listen, what are the major artists they're listening to. So the second thing was you need to be the market research, exactly. The third part is be humble and be polite with everybody and anybody around you, because you never know who's gonna help you in what manner any given day.
Right.
Yeah, I think the rest of the qualities you develop on your own.
Right.
With the situation.
And as you said, it's very hectic to, you know, sustain in the industry. The other question that comes up in my mind is, if somebody is planning to take up event management as a career with some ongoing degrees, what will be your, you know, suggestions how to manage?
Definitely you can do that, as I did that.
Right.
100%, you know. I also scored 7.8 CGPA.
Which is not bad.
Also मेरा कभी जीवन में बैक नहीं लगा
Okay.
engineering के दौरान. So you know what, exposure एक जो शब्द है उससे मैं बड़ा relate करता हूँ. How do I relate with this word is, let's say right now currently if I talk about this particular time, अभी इस पूरे globe में अगर कोई सबसे बड़ा event हो रहा है, that is the Dubai Expo.
Right.
Okay, wherein the world has come down to UAE and they're participating in that particular expo.
Right.
Now when we look up to those setups, we would want those setups to be created by our company, you know, कि क्या amazing mindset, क्या नए concepts and all of those things. But परेशानी क्या होती है हमारे साथ में कि जो नए लोग aspiring होते हैं वो किसी, let's say AP ढिल्लों, I am pretty sure everybody have heard AP ढिल्लों, you know. जब उनका कंट्री टूर अनाउंस हुआ तो people were looking up to AP ढिल्लों's after movie, ये वो. That was a setup, that was a youth setup.
Right.
Also when I talk about Alan Walker या कोई बड़ा act in this country which is happening, their stage and their setup are very grand and very amazing because they have a very strong technical team behind all of that show. You know, it's not only the artist performing, it is about the visual, it is about the lights, it is about the experience that you curate for your people. So you need to have that exposure अगर आज कोई नया आदमी जाके एक कोई वेडिंग कर लेता है, उसका सबसे पहला माइंडसेट ये बन जाता है कि यार वाओ मैंने क्या कर लिया. बट जब एक नंबर के गेम से अगर समझाता हूँ, अगर लेट्स से ये वेडिंग 30 लाख रुपीस के आसपास की प्रोजेक्टेड कॉस्ट था, हमारे देश में वेडिंग्स 25-25 और 200 करोड़ रुपए की भी होती है. सो जब वो 200 करोड़ की वेडिंग को एक्सपीरियंस करता है, यू नो, दैट इज अनदर लेवल ऑफ एक्सपोजर वेर इन ये 30 लाख रुपीज. सो ये जो वर्ड एक्सपोजर है इससे बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. और जब आप इवेंट मैनेजमेंट पढ़ना चाह रहे हो तो देयर इज एन इंस्टीट्यूट इन भोपाल which is NIM, National Institute of Event Management.
You're also a faculty there.
Yes, I
so
teach
I would
as
love
well.
if you talk about that.
Yeah. So NIM is one of those platforms which is giving you an exposure to work in events, study event management, and most of it is practical knowledge, I'd say.
Okay.
As I said again,
which is a very different concept.
Yes. You have hardly 3 hours of class in a week.
Okay.
Which is theory. And rest of the time you spend on field working with different event management companies. Okay, working on different profiles, like wedding is one of them, corporate events, lifestyle events, concerts, live shows, and all of those things. So you get to cover all of these.
Right.
Because of the COVID, the students could not go to big events which happen at 1 or 2 tier cities of the country. But now definitely they'll all, you know, they'll get an exposure to, let's say everybody's aware about the Sunburn IP. So they get to participate in that. They work with their team on ground. But ऐसा नहीं है कि इवेंट मैनेजमेंट मतलब सूट और टाई पहन के स्मार्ट बन के you're standing, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. At times आपको झाड़ू भी लगानी पड़ती है. Because that is your project, your deadline, everything. हो सकता है you're running around for running around to nail, you're searching for hammer, etc. So yeah, that's the thing.
All right. As we all know, you are also a director with the Stars India. So what would you like to talk about that?
The Stars India is one of the companies wherein we are bringing musical experience for the country again, with some different idea about how an experience would be curated for them.
Okay.
Starting with the first gig which is happening on 9th of April, which is Anuv Jain.
Okay.
Followed by Piyush Bhaserkar and Monica Sarangi.
Okay.
So Anuv is a singer-songwriter, and I'm pretty sure every one of you, most of you must have heard him. So bringing him to this city and creating an experience for this city. And later down the line, we have this IP called the Vulture Culture.
Okay.
Wherein we are creating a music festival.
Interesting.
For
okay.
people. And for people who love music. And with that particular IP, we are taking it forward.
Okay. You have also been associated with Excelsior India. So
everyone, I'd say as this is a team working.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I take the names. I have Ankit Sharma, who is the director founder and director of the Creative Diaries. I'm a partner in that company.
Right.
We have Mr. Nipun Joshi, who is one of the backbone of our entity. We run Excelsior Branding and Entertainment, and we run Excelsior Artist and Talent Management. We run Excelsior Utsav for celebration events.
Right.
I have Ms. Shivangi Pandey, who is founder and director at the Stars India, you know. So I have all of these pillars with me. Like as a chair stands on 4 legs, I have people around me, and all of us with sync work together, take care of our respective departments, and we take it. Like also, like there are 2 ways of doing business. A, you work emotionless and you make crazy money. I have a very different concept. I'd say we have a very different concept. We believe in building relationships and taking things forward, because at your hard time you have 3 shoulders to, you know, lie and cry on. सब कुछ मीठा मीठा नहीं होता है. It's always, you know, it's a blend of growth and losses and a lot of mental trauma and things. But yes, I love my work.
All right. Also, one more thing which I would like to know is what keeps you motivated throughout?
As soon as I go to any of the sites that we are working on or any of the projects, और जब वो साउंड चेक हो रहा होता है any of the artist I'd say, जब वो साउंड चेक का प्रोसेस हो रहा हो, भले ही वो भरी धूप हो, we've worked at crazy temperatures, like we've worked at 48 degrees Celsius भरी दोपहरी,
Right.
we've worked at -3 degree at night when the production were on, and so जब वो एक आर्टिस्ट अपना साउंड चेक चालू करता है, that is the time where I stand in the crowd in front of the artist and I delegate my work and then I listen to all of the, in fact every gig that I do, भले ही वो अरिजीत सिंह भी हो या वो अमित त्रिवेदी साहब हो या वो मामे खान साहब हो या फरहान अख्तर हो, जब ये शो चालू हो जाता है तो यू कैन नॉट फाइंड आदित्य, दैट्स अ फैक्ट. शो चालू हो जाए तो आदित्य आपको कहीं क्राउड में खड़ा मिल गया तो बहुत बड़ी बात है, और आपको सिर्फ और सिर्फ शो खत्म होने के बाद ही बैक स्टेज मिलेगा. So I live those time, those are my precious moments. So that is one of the key.
How will you define your journey so far?
It has been a roller coaster and like it has been a very, very, very amazing journey. I genuinely appreciate. I got to meet a lot of people. Some of them are still with me. We've lost a lot of them. But so this industry, you need to understand, this industry is all integrated with artists. And I'm pretty sure any artist, I'd say most of the artists are emotional. So it's very easy to deal with people. It's very easy, humble. The experience that, एक वो myth है कि celebrity है, बहुत बड़ा आदमी होगा और भाई आखिरी में वो इंसान है. और when you ask him कि बॉस आपको कैसे, आपका एक्सपीरियंस कैसा था, जब वो अपनी कहानी सुनाते हैं और जब वो मज़ा आता है वो हसल का, ऐसा तो है नहीं कि सिल्वर स्पून से सर्व कर दिया गया हो. इट वॉज अ हसल फॉर एवरी एक्ट. मतलब एक कैफ़े पे बजाने से शुरू करके प्राइवेट शोज पे बजाना वेयर इन पीपल आर स्टैंडिंग विद अल्कोहल एंड व्हाट अ लॉट ऑफ ट्रॉमा, और उसके बाद जब वो कुछ बन जाता है और कोई एक आर्टिस्ट या कोई एक भी आदमी आके उसको इतना बोल दे बस कि सर सेल्फी चाहिए, तो सेल्फी से वो इरिटेट होता है. उसके पीछे कारण है. वो आदमी उससे ये नहीं पूछता है कि आप कैसे हो, आप क्या कर रहे हो, आर यू गुड, कुछ नहीं, हाय हेलो कुछ नहीं, बस ये होता है कि सर एक सेल्फी चाहिए. तो वो एक पॉइंट ऐसा होता है कि आदमी इरिटेट हो जाता है. तो एनी ऑफ द टाइम आइड से जो भी सुन रहा है वो किसी आर्टिस्ट से मिले ना तो उसको ग्रीट करो. सेल्फी तो वो देगा, ही विल बी मोस्ट हैप्पी, यू आर हिज फैन, बट उससे मिलो तो उसको एक हेलो तो बोलो प्लीज़ कि हेलो, आई एम अ बिग फैन, मुझे आपका गाना पसंद है, मुझे आपका आर्ट पसंद है. और उससे मिलो, वो आपके साथ सेल्फी जितने अच्छे से खिंचवाएगा ना बॉस, अंडरस्टैंड वो एक अलग एक्सपीरियंस है.
Right. All right. Thank you so much. It was really a pleasure to have you in the studio, Aditya. And eventually, I would like you to give a message for all the viewers and listeners. One message that you have for everybody viewing.
Thank you, Muskan, and everybody who's listening to me. किताबों से तो मैं नहीं जाता. अगर मैं एक एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ कि इफ़ आई टॉक अबाउट अंबानी जी की लाइफस्टाइल या उनका हसल स्टोरी और वही सेम चीज़ को अपने जीवन में इम्प्लीमेंट करना चाहूँगा, तो वो सिचुएशन अलग थी और मेरी सिचुएशन अलग है और आपकी सिचुएशन अलग है,
Right.
So you need to act on your situation and it's a small life. हमने अभी कोविड देखा, we've lost a lot of friends and do whatever you want to do, explore, find happiness in small avenues and please feel free कुछ भी अगर if you want to learn, know any given day, I am available over social media and phone calls. And खुश रहो यार, बस celebrate करो life, that's it.
Thank you so much, Aditya. All right, listeners, we'll be back with a new guest very soon. Till then, stay tuned with RJ Muskan only on BSSS Rhythm, the international online radio.
BSSS Rhythm. BSSS Rhythm. BSSS rhythm.